Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be an autumn wardrobe essentials video. So here in the UK we had one last gasp of summer at the end of August, but now we've hit September. I am fully on to autumn. I transitioned my wardrobe like in August because the weather was awful. Then we had a little bit of summer, but now we're fully there, I think. So I'm super excited to share my autumn essentials with you guys, kind of show you the colour palette. You can kind of see where my head's at for this autumn, and these are my essentials. So obviously everyone's essentials are going to be slightly different, but hopefully you can kind of get some inspiration and some ideas from what I show you in this video. So if you do enjoy it, please do thumbs up and do subscribe, and I'm going to crack straight on. So I don't want to keep this video too long because I know these videos can kind of go on for ages and ages. I just want to share with you the kind of product categories that I've got for my essentials, and then things that I've carried over from sort of spring summer season, and things that are purely in for autumn. So I'm going to start off with tops. So one of my major staples really for tops is a Breton Stripe top. This is in a heavier fabric, so I got this in the COS sale this summer, specifically for autumn winter. It's in a heavy fabric, and I think it's perfect for autumn because it's not too heavy. It's not a heavyweight knit, but it's just that little bit heavier fabric to keep you that little bit warmer for autumn. So definitely a staple for me is a Breton Stripe top. You know how much I love them. In my previous Zara haul, you would have seen these two lightweight mock neck knits. So lightweight knitwear is a real essential for me. So I'm not uber keen to jump straight into the warm, fuzzy, cozy sweaters, mainly because I carry a lot of my weight on my top half. So I much prefer lighter weight types of tops, and more fluid tops like this. So lightweight knitwear is something that I kind of gravitate to first, and that's something that's an essential for me in autumn. Colours being very, very neutral, so I can kind of pair it up with lots of different things, denim, skirts, etc., layer underneath things. So these two are really affordable. They are from Zara. They're about £16, and I think they're a great addition into my autumn wardrobe just because, as I said, they're lighter. They can carry me through the not so cold season. So onto denim. I tend to wear darker denim in autumn winter. I think you can still get away with lighter denim. Some people wear white denim, the lighter washes, but I prefer now to move on to darker washes. So this is a black pair of denim from H&M. It's got the little distressed detail at the hem, which I really like, and it's a point of difference from these boyfriend or girlfriend jeans from Zara, which are in a bluey, inky kind of indigo colour. So for me, darker denim is where it's at now for autumn winter. I don't wear denim too much during this season. I prefer kind of like more tailored, smarter trousers, and you know, skirts and tights and boots and that kind of thing. But when I do wear denim during this season, it's definitely darker denim styled up mainly with trainers. So as I said, I do prefer wearing trousers this season. It's just kind of my aesthetic, a little bit smarter. So these are a nice fluid type from Zara, and they're in a nice colour, so it doesn't all have to be dark this season. And I think having these kind of more sandy tones, which you do also see in spring, is a nice touch. So it kind of is a transition into winter. So these are a nice fluid pair of smart trousers from Zara, and these are a pair of wool trousers, which I've had forever. They're very, very lightweight wool, so you can get really light wool. It doesn't always have to be heavy. And it's the nice fine light wool from Topshop Boutique years ago with a turn up. I've had these forever, and they did these kind of mensy style trouser in many different guises a few years back, and I bought quite a few different styles. These have lasted the test of time, which is great. As I said, they're wool, a really, really nice style, very much up my street, with a blazer and a t-shirt, a total look for me. So yeah, I prefer wearing smarter trousers. So for me, one of my main essentials are these kind of trousers for the autumn and winter season. Now, kind of in between for me is a culotte. You know, it wouldn't be a video from me without a pair of culottes being featured. So these are a pair of culottes I got from Zara, quite similar in tone really to the sandy trousers I showed you earlier. So you can see kind of where my colour palette's at, the kind of colours I like for my skin tone. So these I got this summer, and I've worn them through spring summer season, and I'm going to be carrying these through for autumn at least. I've got a whole video on how to make your culottes work for winter, and I'll link that up here somewhere for you guys to see and check out They are a versatile piece. You don't just have to wear these in summer with a sandal, you can wear these all season through. Just get a heavier fabrication, different length, wear them with boots and tights, it can totally work. So do check out that video if you want to be able to make your culottes work longer. So these ones are definitely being carried through for autumn. I love these, like the way they fit, I love the flow. And yeah, I'm looking forward to wearing these with trainers to start with for autumn. I'm not sure these are going to work with tights, but definitely with trainers and a jumper, I can see this working. And then skirts for me are a must. So midi skirts are a huge thing for me during autumn and winter. But I've carried this one from Arket through from summer into autumn. I love the fact that it's this lighter cream kind of colours, off-white, which can be worn so beautifully with grey, kind of, you know, mixing the seasons in together. It can be worn with black. You know, it's a versatile colour, and I think with a pair of boots and again a pair of sneakers or trainers, it will just be absolutely perfect. So this is definitely being carried through, and even with like a camel, I'm just thinking, my mind's ticking, I've got a cashmere kind of camely knit, which I'd love to wear with this, so that would look really cool too. So yeah, this one's a keeper, it's being carried through. And then this one is a ruffle midi, which I've had for a long time. I say a long time, a year or two, from M&S, Marks and Spencer. There's quite a lot of things like this going around. I think Topshop's got one quite similar I saw. And this is in my wardrobe kind of all year round. So this is a great piece for me to wear during autumn and winter. I tend to wear it tightless during autumn with trainers and boots or loafers, and then during winter change it up with a pair of tights and an ankle boots. But there's also the knee-high boot trend happening this year, so if that's something that's for you, a midi skirt and a pair of knee-high boots could work really well. So, you know, you've got a plain and you've got a print and a little bit more detail on here, but definitely a pleated midi is a must for me all year round. These two I think are going to be great additions to my autumn wardrobe. I also find a dress for me is really important. So I'm a dress kind of girl. I love throwing on a simple dress and a pair of trainers. I love that look. And this is a dress that I got last year from COS. So it's a wool dress and I really, really like this. It's kind of long, more kind of maxi midi. And I love this. It's very, very simple and it's so easy to throw on. So that's definitely coming out for autumn. And then this one, ooh, some of the accessories I'm going to show you have just crashed and burned. This one here is from Zara, which I showed you in my previous haul. Again, you can see the kind of style I like: round neck, throw on, midi length, super simple in kind of muted colours. So this will look really cool with a pair of brogues. I've got the brogues from COS with the Velcro strap. I'll put a little link up here for you guys to see. I think it'll look really cool with those, and I've worn this dress with those loafers in the past, so I know it's the kind of formula that works. So a throw-on dress for me is really important. Again, they're kind of like in a lighter-ish fabrication. My heavier kind of knitted dresses and wool heavy dresses come in winter, so for autumn I kind of keep them warm-ish but still kind of lightish in fabrication. Then on to the big guns. We've got blazers here now. So these, this here is a fluid type blazer from H&M. So if you're not into more rigid blazers, you do have the option, and H&M does this great, of this kind of fluid type of blazer. So this I've had in my wardrobe for spring and it will stay in my autumn wardrobe. Because of the coloration, it can work really, really well. Works well with the Arket skirt I showed you earlier, that cream skirt. This is a blazer from Arket as well, which is staying in my autumn wardrobe. It's a colour that can easily be worn in autumn with some denim and just kind of, you know, maybe like a grey insert or something inside just to kind of move it into autumn. But I think because it's not a super light beige, it's not a white blazer, I think that kind of tone of it can definitely be carried into autumn. So this guy is staying. And then this blazer, which I showed you in my previous haul from Zara, a classic black blazer, like you can't go wrong with it. Really, really essential for, I think, any wardrobe in autumn or any time of year really. But for autumn, winter, jeans, t-shirt, blazer, simple formula, works a treat. You can also wear them on top of dresses as well and skirts. There's so much inspiration on Pinterest and Instagram for how to style a blazer. So do, you know, have a look for inspo, because I'm sure all of us have got some sort of blazer in some guys in the wardrobe that you can style up for the new season. So that's the kind of palette for the autumn blazers. I think it's kind of nice. You've got the darker, the lighter, and then the kind of mid-tone. I think it goes well with pretty much everything on my rail. And then finally onto coats and jackets. So lighter weight coats are super important. I think you need to have a kind of versatile, practical one. So this reversible water repellent MAC from Zara is my go-to for this season in terms of that kind of practical MAC. And then you've got small stylized MAC, which I absolutely love, for more of a smarter kind of day-to-day look if it's not pouring down with rain, that kind of thing. So I think a lightweight trench is an essential for me. But again, for you guys, it might be a biker jacket, a denim jacket. You know, they're not kind of styles I tend to go for. I prefer longer line trench kinds of styles, but a lightweight coat, in whatever guise, I think is quite important. A lightweight jacket, it might be a jacket, if that's up your street. But yeah, for me, it's a trench and something a little bit more practical for those rainy, windy days where you can't use an umbrella, but you need to wrap up. And then finally, in terms of outerwear, I think you do need a heavier coat still. So a bit heavier than a trench, but not that super, super, super heavy winter coat that you'll wear from sort of December to March kind of time. So this is a nice wool blend coat that I got from Mango last year. It's a nice handmade brush kind of fabric, really easy to kind of chuck on, and it's that kind of warmer layer up that I think is quite important for autumn. Again, I've got it in this nice kind of chestnut colour, so that's the colours that I like for autumn. I think it matches my colour palette really well. It's got some nice deep pockets on the side to keep you snuggly and warm when it's a bit chilly. I think it's just a real nice addition to the coat offering that I've got here for autumn. Again, there's lots and lots of styles like this floating around. I'll link items below of similar styles if they're not in stock, because a lot of the stuff I did get on the previous season and seasons before, so I'll link similar things for you guys to check out if you're inspired by any of what you've seen. So in terms of clothing, that is what my essentials are. I think it makes me feel quite excited for autumn, and I'm going to share with you now the shoes and accessories. So I thought here there's no point me showing you my APC crossbody black bag. You know, I love a crossbody and I love that bag. So for me, that's a given all year round. I love a black crossbody bag. But for autumn, I really do like my Everlane tote. It's the day tote here, and again, because it's in that darker chestnut colour, it's a colour that to me says autumn. So I tend to kind of bring this bag out during autumn winter season just because I think it's more of a seasonal colour. And then just for belts, you know, these two belts are my go-tos. I've talked to you about them before. Black and brown, both from H&M, both in leather. Really affordable. I think they weren't more than sort of £10 maybe, and I wear these pretty much with everything I have that needs a belt. So I don't have an array of belts. I just think a couple of belts in a black and brown, you can't go wrong. And then, as you've seen on my clothing rail, I like to bring in a few sandy colours, and you know, footwear is no exception. So I still do wear the Slingbacks during the beginning season of autumn because it's not super cold. You can get away with it. I think, you know, I don't mind my heels being a bit cold. So these are from Everlane, and I really love these. They're a great colour, I think, for autumn. They still go with a lot of the stuff that's on my rail that I've shown you, and I think, you know, I think they do really work, as I said, in the beginning part of autumn before it gets really, really bad. If you just want to, you know, prolong the love of summer a little bit more, definitely think about wearing a slingback. So yeah, I'll definitely be wearing these this autumn. Loafers as well, they're an absolute given in my wardrobe. So again, in terms of the sandy kind of tones, these are from Arquette. They are loafers that you can step on the back, but I won't do that. I don't do that with these. But again, for me, loafers are an absolute given, just given the way that I like to dress with smarter trousers, rolled up denim, skirts, that kind of thing. I will be wearing these from Arquette. I've also got them in black. And then also my Gucci loafers, which, you know, I absolutely adore. I've got these in brown as well, so I'll be wearing this kind of thing in terms of loafers for my autumn wardrobe. And I think loafers are probably the type of shoe that I have the most of and that I get the most wear out of. So these two sandy colours are new in this year for spring and summer. So this is the first time I'll be wearing those in autumn, but these I've had them for about 2-3 years now, and my brown ones. So they are a given. I know I wear these kind of things in autumn, but let's see how I get on with these new type of sandy tones in autumn. And then finally, a couple more. It wouldn't be autumn or winter without a pair of ankle boots. I got these ones last year from COS, which I really love. I love the sort of architectural heel. I think it's a decent height, a nice leather, comes up a little bit higher on the ankle, which I really like, and I think I'd be wearing these a lot with skirts and with dresses. So a nice versatile ankle boot I think is a must for autumn and winter. I also have a lower pair from Finery London, which I also wear quite a lot too, because these are slightly higher than I would probably wear on a day-to-day basis, but I just love them so much I wanted to show you them again. Again, those kind of fancy heels, that kind of thing is a huge trend for autumn or winter, so you know, try and find something that's a little bit more of interest. There's a nice pair actually from Topshop, which I'll link down below for you guys, that I was very tempted to get, but I realised I don't need because I have these. But they've got a nice little point of difference in terms of the heel, and it's a little bit lower. So yeah, I think a nice versatile pair of ankle boots is a must for me and probably most of you guys. Doesn't have to be black, but again, for me, it's just easier. It works with most things in my wardrobe. So yeah, a pair of ankle boots, absolute must. And then finally, a pair of trainers. My Veja trainers are beaten up to the max. I usually kind of give them a bit of a clean, but I wear them all the time. I wanted to also invest in the V10s. I'll put a pic up here for you guys to see. A little bit of a higher back, a little bit cooler in styling. These were my first dabble into Veja trainers, but I love them so much. They're super comfortable once they're broken into. So I think I'll probably get the V10s as well at some point, but a pair of trainers for me is really, really essential. It just makes a lot of the way that I dress a little bit more pared down because it tends to be quite smart. So as soon as I throw on a pair of trainers, everything looks a little bit more chill, which I think is quite nice in some situations. So definitely a pair of trainers. I think I wear trainers all year round, spring, summer, autumn, winter. It's not a specific autumn staple, but I just wanted to add that here because they will be in my autumn wardrobe. And that, guys, is just a snapshot of my essentials for autumn. It's not it by any means. I've got other items that fit the same product category. So I've got more dresses, I've got more midi skirts, etc. But I just thought I'd show you a snapshot of the kind of things that I'll be wearing this autumn. Give you an idea of the colour palette. It's very khaki green, chestnut brown, sandy tones, a bit of white in there, black obviously. That's kind of where I'm going this year. No pops of pink or anything that I've done previously. It's kind of very traditional and pared down, which I'm really, really happy with. Obviously navy, I forgot that, but yeah, definitely navy in there as well. I will be doing a winter essentials video as well for you guys, because obviously in winter a few different things change, and I think it will be cool to share that with you as well. Do let me know if you enjoyed the video. Make any comments down below on what you think of the autumn essentials, if you've got other essentials that I've missed out, and any other video ideas that you would like to see. And I'll catch up with you very soon in my next video.